Hello everyone, how are you? I hope that you are all staying safe. Now it's time for you to revise the worksheet. It's time to show you the solution for the worksheet, revision worksheet, that is very important for the exam. So when I finish, you have to revise the worksheet again with the objectives, with the old worksheets, and get well prepared for the exam for semester 1 next week, okay? The worksheet, as you know, is divided into comprehension, grammar, phonics. Okay, it's very important. Again, I repeat, because the exam will be very similar to this one. In the text below, the author explains how floods can be a hazard and how people are trying to reduce their destructive effect. Read the text Rising Waters, then answer the related questions. So, first of all, I'm going to read for you the text. Rising waters. Have you ever been in an earthquake or a tornado? These things may never happen where you live, but flooding is something that can happen in almost every part of the United States. Not all floods are alike. Some floods happen over many days. A flash flood can happen in minutes. Learning about floods can help you stay safe. Why do floods happen? There are two types of floods. The first type happens when a river has too much water. The water in a river rises over the river's banks. This might happen because the storms have caused too much rain to fall. In rivers near mountains, melting snow can also cause floods. Warm weather can quickly melt the snow. The water flows down to flood the rivers. The second type of floods happens when seawater is pushed onto the land. This can happen during a hurricane. Strong winds blow water onto the land. Earthquakes can also cause this kind of flooding. The sudden movement of the ground can cause walls of water to rush toward the shore. What happens next? There can be many problems after a flood. If a farm floods, the water can drown the crops. This means that there will be less food for people to eat. Floods also cause damage to buildings and bridges. They can even wash away entire roads. This can make it hard for rescue workers to help people who are trapped by the water. But it's important to get food and drinking water to people during a flood. Everything they own may have been washed away, or it might be covered in dirt. Sewers can overflow and make drinking water dirty. This makes it unsafe. Without clean food and water, people can get sick. How do people avoid floods? All over the world, people work to avoid flooding in many countries. People build walls to keep water away from the land. In one part of England, there is a large metal wall across a river. The wall is raised when the sea level gets too high. This keeps the river from flooding. In the United States, many towns have sold the part of their land. The government used that land to create wetlands. These wetlands act like sponges that absorb water from floods. This helps stop the water from reaching towns and damaging them. Floods can be scary, but flooding does not last forever. People are working to make floods less harmful to buildings, land, and themselves. Knowing how floods happen can help keep you safe. Being ready can help you stay safe too. First part, vocabulary part. Fill in the blanks with the correct vocabulary word from the word bank. In the word bank, I have gravity, which is the force that pulls things down to stay on the ground. Accelerate, to move faster. Substantial, a great amount of size. Destruction is the damage. Friction is when two surfaces they touch together and they cause something to slow down. Thrilling, exciting. Severe, serious. Collapse, to fall down. Number 1, buildings and bridges can collapse in an earthquake. They can fall down. The rising water can cause to lands and people, can cause destruction to lands and people. Rescuers help people with severe injuries. 4, natural disasters usually cause substantial damage. 5, when we drop things, makes them fall. What makes them fall to the ground? Gravity makes them fall. 6, happens when two surfaces rub against each other. They touch each other. So when two surfaces and one is moving touches the another surface, this causes a friction. Our bicycles, as we go down the hill, if you're going down the hill, what would happen to your bicycle? It will move faster, so accelerate. Our bicycles accelerate. 8, it is to be the representative of the class. If you're representing your class, so you're the leader of the class, then this would be exciting, thrilling. Excellent, we have to use the word thrilling. It is thrilling. 2, use context clues to find the meaning of the words in italic in the text. I have two words in italic in paragraphs 4 and 5. Drown in paragraph 4 and avoid in paragraph 5. According to the context clue, I have to guess their meanings. So drown, we used it beside the crops, when drown crops. This means when the water covers them. So when water covers something, it drowns, so it sinks. Sink or flood we can use. 2, avoid. Avoid is to stay away from something or to not to let something happen. So we keep away, or you can say stay away. Now we move to the comprehension part. Answer the following direct questions with a full answer. Number 1, what are the two types of floods based on paragraphs 2 and 3? Just you have to mention the two types. The first type happens when a river has too much water. The second type happens when seawater is pushed onto the land. So the first type is mentioned in paragraph 2 and the second type is mentioned in paragraph 3. This is a picture of or an example of a coastal flood, okay, due to a storm. Okay, so a storm happens, it causes the water to rise up and it would cause floods. Second one, fluvial floods. It's caused by rivers when the level of the water in the river rises. Okay, it causes floods. Number 2, list the 3 problems caused by floods based on paragraph 4. So you have to get the answer from paragraph 4. There are many problems that happen after a flood, but I just want from you to list 3. The water can drown the crops. This is the first problem. Floods can cause damage to buildings and bridges. This is the second problem. Sewers can overflow and make drinking water dirty. This is the third problem. Exercise 3. List 2 ways people used to avoid the floods. So people used ways to avoid the floods, to keep away floods. Okay. I want from you to list 2 ways only that people used to avoid these floods based on paragraphs 5 and 6. What are these 2 ways? People build walls to keep water away from the land. This is the first way. Second way, governments use some lands to create wetlands. So these are the 2 ways that are mentioned here in the text that help people avoid floods. How do wetlands work to stop floods based on paragraph 6? So you said that in some part of the world, governments took some lands and used them and made them as wetlands. How wetlands work to stop floods? Wetlands act like sponges that absorb water from floods. Simply, they act like sponges, and what do sponges do? They absorb water, so they work the same as sponges. Okay, this question is like an opinion question. It depends on you. Have you ever seen a natural disaster? What was it? What damages did it cause? Okay, I'm not going to write a certain answer here, but I'm going to give you my answer. For example, yes, I have seen a natural disaster before. It was an earthquake. Yes, I lived an earthquake. Okay, it was an earthquake. What damages did it cause? It caused a lot of destruction for buildings and roads. So this is my example. Maybe you have noticed or you have experienced another natural disaster, so you can write your own answer. Now we move to the phonics. Phonics is very easy and simple, okay? You have to take the full grades for the phonics and the grammar also. Read the words in the box, cross out the words that do not have a long A vowel sound, that doesn't have long A vowel sound, and then sort the long A vowel words to complete the chart. So some words have long vowels, others do not have long A vowel, but those words that do not have long A vowel sounds, I have to cross them out. I leave them away. And the words that have long A vowel sound, I have to categorize them down according to this chart. First, long A sound spelled AY, then long A sound spelled EY, then long A sound spelled EIGH, and long A sound spelled EA. Let's read the words. Mishap, mishap, it's short, so keep it away. They is long, okay, so I have to keep it. Mask, short, I have to cross out. Mask. Catch, short, cross it out. Display, A at the end, it's long, so keep it. Chance, it's short, so cross it out. Stayed, A, stay, so it's long, okay, so keep it. Break, break, long A sound, so I keep it. Obeyed, long A sound, keep it. Greatest, long A sound, keep it. Neighbor, A, I have the sound A, so I keep it. A team, it has the long A sound, so I keep it. Clamp, short, short, so I cross it out. Calling, so short, I cross it out. Flapped, short, I cross it out. Snapped, short, I cross it out. So now I have to work on the long A sounds. The first word, long A sound that has AY, it is display. The second word that has long A sound spelled EY now, obeyed. Okay, obeyed has EY. They also, that has a long A sound, it has EY spelled as EY. Greatest, A, here the A sound is in the middle, so it's spelled as EA. Stayed has long A sound, but it's spelled as AY. Neighbor has a long A sound, it has EIGH. Okay, we continue with break. Break has long A sound, it's spelled as EA. Then I have the last word, 18, that has long A sound spelled as EIGH. Okay, let's continue with the phonics. Now read the word pairs. I have a pair of words in each number. Circle the word with long E sound. One of them has a long E sound, okay? Long E, not short, long E. Okay, first pair, bread, breathe. So breathe has the long E sound. 2, 12, 13. 13 has the long E sound. 3, evening, zapping. No, it's evening, the word that has long E sound. 4, tried, chief. For sure, chief has the long E sound. 5, mystery, apply. Mystery, E at the end, so mystery has the long E sound. And the last pair, receive, rain. No, it's receive, the word that has long E sound. Read each sentence, underline the word with the long I vowel sound. So in each sentence I have a word with long I vowel sound. On the line, write the word from the word box that has the same long I spelling as the word in the sentence. Okay, so let's read the words in the box. Shiny, prime, lightning, lie, pry. Shiny, here I have the vowel letter I stands alone. Prime, here I have I, consonant silent E. Lightning, here I have IGH. Lie, here I have IE, that gives me the long I sound. And the pry, I have the letter Y at the end of the word that gives me the long I sound. So in each sentence I have to find a word with long I sound, but it has the same as it has another word with the same spelling pattern in the box. So I have to write the word from the box on the line. He called it twice, but you did not pick up the phone. So here the long I word sound, the long I word is twice, and the rhyming word, the word that has the same spelling pattern. Here, if you notice that twice I have I, consonant silent E, so prime has the same pattern. 2, Mom reminded me to finish my homework. reminded me. Remind is the word that has long I sound. And if you notice that here the I is alone. So which word has the same spelling from the box? Shiny. I. They stand alone. 3. Do not be frightened just because it is dark. Frightened has long I sound, and you notice here that I have IGH. So the word that has the same spelling is lightning. 4. The sly fox hurried away with the food it stole. So sly has long I sound. It's the same as pry. Here the Y gives us the long I sound. Last one, help me tie the ribbon on the gift. Tie has the long I sound and it's spelled as IE, so lie has the same spelling pattern. Now we move to the grammar. Underline the complete subject and circle the complete predicate. I have to underline the subject and circle the predicate, okay? Complete subject and complete predicate. Number 1, Kevin is going to the ball game tonight. So where is the subject here? Kevin. The predicate is going to the ball game tonight. 2, the tree limbs broke from the strong wind. The tree limbs is the subject, broke from the strong wind is the predicate, okay? And if you notice that the subject answers the question what or who the sentence is talking about, and the predicate tells us more information about the subject, and the predicate starts from the verb till the end of the sentence. 3, we are going to the Dairy Queen. We are going to the Dairy Queen for ice cream after school. We is the subject. Here it's a pronoun. Are going to the Dairy Queen for ice cream after school is the predicate. 4, my puppy ate all of her food last night. My puppy is the subject, ate all of her food last night. 5, the black horse galloped across the meadow. The black horse is the subject, galloped across the meadow is the predicate. Okay, 2, fill in the table below using the sentences in the previous questions. Okay, so the sentences we used in the question 1, I have to use them also to answer in question 2. In question 2, I have to fill with the simple subject, and from each sentence, I take the complete subject and I pick out from it the simple subject and I put it down. Also the same for the predicate. Okay, so first one, Kevin is the complete subject. Where is the simple subject here? It's a proper noun, so Kevin is the same as simple subject. Simple predicate here is going in this sentence. Sentence 2, simple predicate is only the verb, okay? Is only the verb. The tree limbs. So what is the simple subject? What is the noun? Limbs. And what is the simple predicate in the sentence? What is the verb? Broke. 3, we, it's alone, it's a pronoun, so it's the same as the simple subject. Simple predicate are going. 4, my puppy. Puppy is the noun, so it's the simple subject. Ate all of her food last night. Where is the verb? Ate, so ate is the simple predicate. 5, the black horse. Where is the noun? Horse, it's the simple subject. Galloped across the meadow is galloped is the simple predicate because it's the verb in the sentence. Underline the compound subject or the compound predicate. In each sentence, what I find I underline. If there is a compound subject, I underline the compound subject. If there is a compound predicate, I underline the compound predicate. Number 1, crabs and clams have hard shells. Here I have compound subject, crabs and clams. 2, 3 baby birds hatch and fly shortly after they hatched. Here I have 2 verbs, hatch and fly shortly, so I have compound predicate, so I underline the compound predicate, hatch and fly shortly after they hatch. 3, cranes and robins fly south during autumn. So here I have compound subject, cranes and robins. 4, a policeman and a fireman worked together to rescue a stray dog. I have also a compound subject, a policeman and a fireman. 5, Maria and her sister spent the rainy day reading their favorite books. Here also I have compound subject, Maria and her sister. Okay, complete the sentences below by changing the verbs in parentheses to the present tense. You have to write them in the present tense. Lama usually, Lama is singular, so I have to add s to the verb. Lama usually builds a sand castle when we go to the beach. 2. Dida's dad buy the picnic supplies. Dida's dad, one dad, also is singular, so I have to add s, buys. Joel slide down the dunes. Joel slides, because Joel is singular, so I have to add s to the verb, slides. Ali worry about seagulls near the sandwiches. Also Ali is singular, so I have to add s to the verb. But notice something. Here the verb ends with y, and the y is preceded with a consonant letter. So what must I do? I must cross out the y and add ies, so it becomes worries. 5. Zain swim in the ocean. So Zain swims, we have to add s. Julia looks, Julia is singular, so I have to say looks, I add s. 7. Evan hurry out of the big waves. Evan hurry ends with y, and the y is preceded with a consonant letter, and I have to add s here to the verb since Evan is singular, so I have to cross out the y and add ies. The last one, Amy tries, since Amy is singular, then I have to say Amy tries, and the try ends with y preceded with a consonant letter, so I have to add ies, cross out the y and add ies. You could say that why in number 2 we didn't add ies, because the y is preceded with a vowel letter. I have a vowel letter u before the y, so I do not cross out the y, I just add s. Okay, now we move to the writing part, where I must write a procedural or a process paragraph, or we can say it step-by-step guide, since it's a paragraph that explains how to do a certain task by following certain steps. So here we have to write we have to explain how to decorate a Christmas tree. What I'm going to use in the title is the title, this is how to decorate a Christmas tree, or we can simply say how to decorate a Christmas tree. And pay attention, you have to capitalize all the words in the title except the articles like the, to, a, and. In the topic sentence, what must I write? I must introduce the topic. Is decorating a Christmas tree a simple task? So you have to ask yourself, let the reader think of it, and introduce the process for them. So in the topic sentence, I have to say simply, decorating a Christmas tree is a simple task. So now let's tell the steps to decorate a Christmas tree. Step 1, hang up the lights. Step 2, add garland. Step 3, hang ornaments. For sure here I'm writing very short ideas, points, but in the paragraph I'm going to develop them into complete sentences. And in the concluding sentence I have to restate the topic sentence in different words, or simply give an advice for the reader. So decorating a Christmas tree is an easy task. Now I have to write it as a paragraph. The title, how to decorate a Christmas tree. I start with the topic sentence, decorating a Christmas tree is a simple task. Now I have to start with the details. First, so you see I'm using words, transitional words. First, hang up the lights. Next, this is the second step, add garland. Then, hang ornaments. Finally, turn on the lights. Now I have to finish my paragraph with a concluding sentence, decorating a Christmas tree is an easy task. And don't forget the indent at the beginning of the paragraph. The space is very important, and the organization of the paragraph is also very important.